relations and functions. So very first function is identity function. So identity function is f of x. This f of x is equal to x. This is called identity function. So this, always remember, this f of x is called x. F of x is x. Sometimes it is asked in 1 mark question, define identity function. So identity function is simply f of x is equal to x, right? Now we'll draw graph of this function. So for plotting graph of this function, let us assume that y is equal to x. What do we assume? F of x. F of x is always y. So y is equal to x. Now for different values of x, we have different values of y. So just make this table. Make this table, right? So for different values of x, we have different values of y, right? So x, y. Now if x is 0, y is 0. If x is 1, y is 1. If x is 2, y is 2. If x is minus 1, y is minus 1. If x is minus 2, y is minus 2, right? So let's see this. Plot this graph, right? So 0 comma 0, minus 1, minus 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, minus 1, minus 2, y, minus y, minus x, x, right? So for x is equal to 0, y is 0, this point. For x is equal to 1, y is 1, this point. For x is equal to this 2, y is 2, this point. For x is equal to minus 1, y is minus 1, this one. For x is minus 2, y is minus 2, this one. So you can take as many values as you want. So this curve will be a straight line in this way, passing through origin, right? Passing through origin. So this is graph of identity function. Always remember, this will look like this way. So this is the graph of identity function. So as you can see, we have drawn this graph also. So this is graph of identity function. Let's find out domain of it. So domain. Now domain, we can take any value of x, right? So domain will be R, real numbers. Similarly, range, for every different value of x, we have different value of y, right? So range will also be R. So both domain is R and range is also R. So identity function graph is this. Identity function is this one. Just pause the video to note it down. You need not to plot this. This is simply I did just to explain you how we got this graph. You simply remember this graph looks like this way, in this way, right? This type, right? So pause the video to note it down. Now let's move on to next function, that is constant function. So constant function we have second function is what? Constant function. Constant function. So constant function means f of x is equal to c, right? So f of x is equal to c. C is any constant, right? So we can understand this by taking f of x as y. So y is equal to c. So if I write this c multiplied by x raised to power 0, right? So does it make any difference? No, because x raised to power 0 is what? 1 itself, right? So we can take any value of x. Let's take any value of x and get certain values of y, right? So x, y. So if x is 0, y is also 0, right? If x is 1, right? So y is again if x is 1, y is constant, right? So if x is 0, it does not matter if x is 0 or what. So y will remain constant. Sorry, for x is equal to 0, y is 0. If for x is equal to 1, y is constant. For x is equal to 2, y is constant. For x is equal to minus 1, y is again constant. Minus 1 raised to power 0 is 0. So y is equal to c. For x is equal to minus 2, y is again constant. So you can take any value, y will remain constant, right? So because y is a constant function, y value will remain c. So we can plot its graph. So for different values of x, we have constant values of y irrespective of x, right? So we can take this constant as any constant you can take, 1, 2, 3, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, 1, 2, 3, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. So you can take any constant y, x, minus x. So suppose if we take constant 1, so y value will be 1, so this will look like this way, right? If we take constant 3, so it will look like this way. If we take constant minus 2, so minus 2 will be here a straight line parallel to x-axis. So the lines will always be parallel to x-axis. So this is the graph of constant function, right? So domain for constant function. Now domain for constant function, domain you can take any value. So domain for constant function is again R, right? Range for constant function. Now range, whatever value you take of x, the f of x will always be constant c, right? So f of x is c, so range will be c only. So this is domain, this is range, this is the graph of constant function, and constant function we defined as f of x is equal to c. Just pause the video to note it down. Now next, let's move on to next function, which is this polynomial function. So polynomial function. So next function is polynomial function. Now polynomial function, we can have cubic equation, we can have quadratic equation. So we can have like suppose if the equation is x cube plus 3x square plus 2x plus 5. So this is what? Cubic equation, right? Cubic polynomial we call. If it is x square plus 2x plus 3, this is what? Quadratic polynomial. So in our syllabus, in our NCERT, we have this cubic and quadratic only. So let's first draw quadratic function, quadratic polynomial. So if quadratic polynomial means f of x is equal to x square, right? This is quadratic polynomial, degrees 2, right? So f of x is equal to x square. So let's consider y is equal to x square. Now for different values of y, we have different values of x, right? So let's take it x, y. Now for if x is 0, right, y will also be 0. If x is 1, y will be 1. If x is 2, so 2 square is 4, so y is 4. If x is minus 1, so minus 1 square is again plus 1, right? If x is minus 2, so minus 2 square is again plus 4, right? So minus 2 square is plus 4. So in any case, y value will be positive. So let's plot its graph now. So 0, 0, x-axis minus x, y minus y. Just remember the shape only, right? This is just to make you understand. So 1, 2, minus 1, minus 2, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. So x is equal to 0, y is 0. X is equal to 1, y is 1. X is equal to 2, y is 4. So here somewhere. X is equal to minus 1, y is 1. X is equal to minus 2, y is 4. So here somewhere. So when we join these points, it will be a shape like this one, right? So always remember the shape. The shape will look like this one, right? In this way, a curve. So just remember this. This is the shape of a quadratic polynomial, right? So this is the shape of a quadratic polynomial. Let's talk about its domain. So domain for it is, you can take any value of x, right? So domain is again R, real number. Now range, as you can see here. So here either the value is positive or it is 0, right? So range for it, we can say 0 comma r plus 0 or positive, or you can also say, you can also write this as 0 comma up to infinity, open bracket with infinity, because we have already discussed that infinite sign will always come with open brackets, right? So 0 close bracket comma infinity. So this is domain, this is range, this is function, quadratic polynomial, and this is its graph. So just pause the video to note it down. Now let's talk about cubic polynomial. So cubic polynomial, f of x is equal to x cube. So cubic polynomial is f of x is equal to x cube always. So let's consider y is equal to x cube. So for every different value of x, we have different values of y. X, y, right? So for if x is 0, y is again 0. If x is 1, y is 1. If x is 2, 2 cube is 8. If x is -1, y is -1 also. If x is -2, y is -8, right? So let's plot its graph. So its graph will look like this way. Y-axis, x-axis, right? Always remember the shape 0, 0, y minus y, x minus x. Now 0, 0 is this point, 1, 2, -1, -2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on up to 8, -1, -2, -3, and so on up to -8. So 1, 1 is this point, -1, 1 is this point, right? 2, 8, 8 will be somewhere here, right, on the top. Similarly, -2, -8 will be somewhere here, right, at the bottom. So let's join these points. So it will be a shape in this way, right? Here also it will be a shape in this way. -1 will be this point, right? So a shape in this way. So always remember this shape. This shape will look like this one, right? This is the shape of a cubic polynomial in this way, right? This is the shape of a cubic polynomial. So let's talk about its domain now. So domain, again you can take any value of x. So domain is R. Range, now let's talk about range. So range for this function, whatever value you take, you have different value of y, right? For different value of x, we have different value of y. Y value can be negative also, positive also, or 0 also. So range will also be R, real number. So this is domain, this is range, this is that shape, right? This is this cubic polynomial. So just pause the video to note it down. Now let's talk about next function. So next function we have, the next function is modulus function. So in modulus function, modulus function is what? F of x is equal to modulus of x, right? So just be careful while doing this. It is very important, right? So f of x is equal to modulus of x. So that means this is modulus function. Now modulus means what? This function cannot have negative values, right? If x is negative, still this whole function will be positive. If x is 0, this function will be 0. If x is negative, still this whole function will be positive, right? So if we can plot this, let y is equal to modulus of x, right? So we always define this function f of x is equal to, so its value will be x whenever x is greater than or equal to 0, right? If x is greater than or equal to 0, and its value will be minus x whenever x is lesser than 0, right? Always remember this. So its value will be x whenever x is greater than equal to 0, and its value will be minus x whenever x is less than equal to 0, right? So modulus function is this function. Now let's plot this graph. So for whenever we have if x is 0, so y will be 0, right? If x is 1, y will be 1. X is 2, y will be 2. X is 3, so y will be, x is minus 1, so y will be what? Minus 1 modulus. Modulus of minus 1 means y is equal to minus 1 modulus. So this will be 1 itself. So y is 1. If x is minus 2, so y is equal to 2, right? So y value is always positive. So let's plot its graph now. So its graph will look like this way. 0, 0, 1, 2, minus 1, minus 2, 1, 2, minus 1, minus 2, right? So whenever x value is 0, right, y is also 0. When x is 1, y is also 1. When x is 2, y is also 2. When x is minus 1, y is again 1, right? When x is minus 2, y is again minus 2. So this graph will look like this way, right? So this is its graph. It will look like this way, right? This is the graph of modulus, right? Modulus function. So domain of it will be its domain. Domain, we can take any value of x, so it will be R. So domain is R. And range, as we can see, the value of y is either 0 or positive. So we can say range will be greater than or equal to 0 and goes up to infinity. So infinite with open brackets, right? So just pause the video to note it down. The graph, domain, range, modulus function, right? So these value we have substituted. Now next we have signum function. So f of x is equal to modulus of x upon x. This is signum function. Modulus of x upon x for x not equal to 0 and 0 whenever x is equal to 0. So let's see its values. So let's divide this portion in 3 parts. When x is greater than 0, when x is equal to 0, and when x is less than 0, right? So whenever x is greater than 0, that means x is positive. So f of x will be what? If we take this as y, so y is equal to positive value, modulus value will be equal, right? Modulus of 2 is 2, modulus of 3 is 3. So x upon x, which is 1. So whenever we take positive value, modulus function value will be this function f of x, signum function value will be 1, right? Whenever we take x value 0, so 0 upon 0, so 0 upon 0 we can say 0, right? So 0 upon 0 is 0, right? Whenever we take negative value of x, so suppose we have taken minus 2, so y is equal to minus 2 modulus upon minus 2. So modulus of minus 2 is plus 2 upon minus 2, so which is minus 1. So this is minus 1. So always we'll have only these 3 values, right? 1, 0 and minus 1 depending on the value of x, right? So let's plot its graph first. So y value can be only minus 1, 1 or 0, right? So for all x which are positive, right? So for positive, let this be 1, 0 and minus 1. So for all x which are positive, this graph will have function, this y will have only x, value will be 1 only, right? So this way. For y value, x value 0, y value will also be 0, and for x less than 0, y value will be minus 1, right? In this way, so minus 1. So this is the graph of this modulus function, right? In this way it will look like, right? So I hope it is clear to you all. So let's talk about its domain and range. So domain X value we can take any, right? Negative, positive, 0. So that means domain is R. Range means Y value, right? So Y value we have only 3, that is 1, 0, -1, right? So we have only these 3 values. So range is this, domain is this, R. So just pause the video to note it down. This is what signum function, right? Signum function is defined as this way. You can also just note down this also. Now let's talk about next function, which is greatest integer function. It is not that much important, but knowing the basics of it is important for you. In 11th and 12th we have the basics only. Greatest integer function, right? We call it GIF also. GIF, greatest integer function. So let's discuss this greatest integer function. Now in greatest integer function we have f of x is equal to this x in bracket. This whenever in future you will see these brackets along with any variable or constant value, that means we are talking about greatest integer function. Now I'll tell you what is greatest integer function. So this bracket means greatest integer less than or equal to x, right? This bracket means greatest integer less than or equal to x. Greatest integer less than or equal to x, right? So now let's talk about, suppose we take x value as 1. So we have different values. Let's take x value is equal to 1.3, right? X value is equal to 1.2, x is equal to 2.3, x is equal to 4, x is equal to -1.3, x is equal to -2.5. So you can take any value of x and let's find out values of f of x on it. So f of x, now greatest integer less than or equal to x. So less than or equal to 1.3, greatest integer is what? 1. So f of x will be 1, right? So greatest integer less than or equal to this 1.2. So 1.2. So greatest integer is 1 again, right? Greatest integer less than or equal to 2.3. So this will be 2, right? Greatest integer less than or equal to 2.3 is 2. This will remain same. F of x of 4 is 4. Now take care of these negative values. It is very important. So -1.3. Now greatest integer less than or equal to -1.3. So -1.3 on number line, this is -1, this is -2. So -1.3 will lie somewhere in between -1 and -2. So less than, greatest integer less than -1.3 is which one? -2. It will not be equal to -1. This will be -2, right? So I am writing -1.3, greatest integer is -2. Similarly, f of x, greatest integer for -2.5, this will be -3, not -2, because -3 is less than -2, right? So -3 is less than -2.5. So greater integer less than, you can imagine it on number line also. So -2, -3, -2.5. So less than -2.5 is -3, right? So this is its value. Now let's plot its graph. The graph is not as much important if it is not clear to you, because this only this you need for 11th and 12th, this concept, right? So let's plot its graph, right? 0, 0. So x value is, if x value is less than 1, right? So if x 1, 2, 3, right? So if x value is in between 1 and 2, right? So y value will be in this way. It will look like in this way: 1 2, up, starting from 1 and goes up to open bracket on 2. Similarly on 2 we have starting from 2 and goes up to, in this way, from 2 and goes up to this 3. Similarly next, and here also we have the same. So this -1 -2. So for -1 up to, from -1 to and so on, we'll have different values. So in this way, right? So if it is not clear to you, just forget, just remember the concept I've shown, or just learn this graph, simply learn this graph. So this is somewhere, it will look like the graph of greatest integer function. So just pause the video and note it down. This is greatest integer function. This means greatest integer less than or equal to x, right? So these are all functions we have discussed so far. Now let's talk about that question which is left in exercise 2.3, question number 2. Find domain and range f of x is equal to minus of modulus of x. So first part, let's solve it. So f of x is equal to minus of modulus of x, which means what? You can take any value of x, right? We can put negative value of x also, 0 also, and positive values of x also. So domain will be clearly what? Domain is our real numbers, right? So whenever we put negative value, suppose we put -2 here. So if x is equal to -2, f of x will be what? Minus of modulus of -2, which is what? Minus of 2. So f of x is -2. So for negative values of x, we have negative value of f of x, right? Let's take it for 0. So if x is 0, f of x is simply what? Minus of modulus of 0, which is 0, right? If x is positive 2, so f of x will be what? Minus of modulus of 2, which is -2. So always we have f function x, or we can say f of x value will always be either 0 or negative, right? It can never be positive because we have minus sign outside this modulus. You can put any value, you will get only either 0 or negative values of f of x. So that means range of it will be, range will start from -infinity to 0, right? So this will be its range. So as you can simply see, just put any value of this x, you will get either 0 or negative value of f of x. Here I have shown you with the help of an example, with the help of some examples. So just pause the video to note it down. Very easy it is, right? Very easy but very important. This many times it has already arrived, it has already there in the question paper. In most of the time it is there in question papers. So just take care of this. So it is very important, although it is easy, but it is important. So the concept behind it is important. So just go through the logics. Next, second part we have f of x is equal to square root of 9 minus x square, right? So this is function. Now what relation do we have? We always know that the square root will always have positive value inside it, right? So square root will always have positive value inside it. That means 9 minus x square should always be greater than 0, greater than or equal to 0, right? It cannot have negative values. So either 0 or positive value it will have. So 9 minus x square is greater than or equal to 0. 9 is what? 3 whole square minus x square is greater than or equal to 0. Now what is a square minus b square? A minus b, a plus b, right? Is greater than or equal to 0, right? So we can say either this one is greater than or equal to 0 or that one is greater than or equal to 0. So both of them should be greater than or equal to 0. So 3 minus x is greater than or equal to 0 and 3 plus x is greater than or equal to 0, right? So what do we have now? So now let's 3 minus x, let's subtract 3 from both the sides, right? Because we want to eliminate this 3. So this will be what? Minus x is greater than or equal to minus 3. So if we multiply both sides by -1, so as I have already told you in the previous video, whenever we multiply both sides by -1, this sign gets reversed. The sign gets reversed. So when we multiply -1 on both sides, this sign will become this 3, right? How? We know that 2 is greater than 1. So whenever we multiply both sides by -1, so -2 can never be greater than -1. It will be less than -1. So this is why we reverse the sign. So x is less than or equal to 3. Now let's come to this part. So 3 plus x minus 3 greater than or equal to -3, right? -3 we added on both sides. So x is always greater than -3. So here we get x is always greater than -3, right? So domain for it will be x value can be domain. Now x value can be greater than or equal to -3 and lesser than or equal to 3. So greater than equal to -3 and lesser than equal to 3. So this is domain here, right? Greater than equal to -3 and lesser than equal to 3. Pause the video to note it down. Let's talk about range now. So range of it. Now range for this function, right? Let's put x value, take x value, 3 x values. X, I'm writing here, f of x is equal to square root of 9 minus x square. So if x is equal to 0, so f of x will be equal to square root of 9 minus 0 square, which is square root of 9, which is 3. If x is equal to 3, f of x will be equal to, we always talk on extremities. So extreme values of x can be 0, 3 and -3. So we are taking 0, 3 and -3. And let's see what the function defines. So square root of 9 minus 3 whole square. So which is square root of 9 minus 9, which is 0. Let's take x is equal to -3. So f of x will be 9 minus -3 whole square. So -3 whole square is again 9 minus 9, which is again 0. So as we can see, y value can be 0 and may go up to 3, right? So y value can be 0 and may go up to 3. So range for this function will be open bracket 0, as you can see 0 we have here, and open bracket 3, because as you can see 3 also we have. So its value will always remain inside this, because we cannot take x value lesser than -3 and we cannot take x value greater than 3. So y value will always be from 0 to 3 only. Y value will lie from 0 to 3 only. You can put any value in between -3 to 3 in this function x, f of x. So you will get answers only up to only from 0 to 3 only. The range will always be 0 to 3 only. So this is the range. Just pause the video to note it down. So I hope this exercise 2.3 is clear to you all. So you can subscribe my channel and don't forget to press the bell icon in order to see the upcoming videos. So in the upcoming videos we'll be discussing exercise 2.4 miscellaneous exercise, and we'll be solving further chapters. So hope to see you there. Bye bye, take care.